Yesterday I had a kind of a breakthrough, a really important milestone, and it deals with this thing, with this riff here. That one. And to get that final, I've had such a hard time to get that one right. But I think what works for me now is that when you see both my feet here, when I play this one, now I get it. So what I do is that to keep the balance, I use my left foot to raise this one instead of trying to hover both feet in the air, because that's really difficult. But I keep the balance. I use the left one as an anchor to get the motion started. And that's like a big bottleneck that just had a very important release. Now it just works. It's like I can do it. And it feels so good. It feels so good that I used the red pen here on my good side. This is also interesting because it did not turn out the way I imagined. I thought I would have like 95% bad and 5% good. Turns out I get a lot more good sessions. And that's an achievement in itself as well, I guess. Because that means I think I'm right in the zone of proximal development. I think that's what it's called. When you're just perfectly beyond your comfort zone, that you still can acquire new knowledge. If you go too far out of your comfort zone, you will just mess up and lose everything, and you won't proceed as fast. And if it's too easy, you won't proceed either, because you're in your comfort zone. You have to get out of it just to the uncomfortable side and then come back a little bit to where you feel comfortable, and then you push on. So there's a tiny little spot there. And when you're at that zone of proximal development, which I think it's called, that's when you get the maximum growth. And I think that's also what happened here, because this fills, I've been practicing them for weeks, daily practice for weeks on only these fills. And then suddenly yesterday it was like the nerves in my brain and my feet connected somehow, so that my feet can start to do its own thing. Because when you are, it's really this, I can't hear what I'm thinking. When you are not in control of your body, what you're doing, it's like I'm thinking. Play, like, please, hands, play this. And then right foot, you do this. And then left foot, you do this. So I'm sending signals to each of my limbs. But then yesterday, when this little thing snapped into place, it's like, okay, let's play this thing. It runs a sequence. And I guess that's what you can call muscle memory. And you can feel it so clearly when this little important thing snaps into place. It's just like, wow, my body is starting to behave on its own. And then you can shift focus to other cool things with your playing and start to practice some other weak link, because the chain always breaks at the weakest link, and you will always have a weakest link. And mine was getting control over the feet, or actually getting the feet to play autonomously. Now I think I can shift focus and start to do things with my hands and arms a bit better. So continuous progress, and I think I will soon be able to play this song in a slower tempo, of course, but it would be an amazing milestone to get through it even in a slow tempo. So we're looking forward to that. And I hope you might have learned something from this little lesson as well. See ya!